Hey everybody, it's Into Tom's Girl Luna here. So I was gonna say this. You know how in my earlier video I was talking about the fallen angels were the ones saying that they were in the sky that looks like the aliens? I don't know. Like, it would be interesting to be able to talk to like a Bible like scholar to see like what knowledge they had. And how these aliens ties into the aliens, I guess, that was being pointed to during Jesus' crucifixion. Interesting. What was I gonna say? I had something really important to share with you guys. Oh, but what I was gonna say is I believe that I was watching another YouTube video earlier, and you know how I said it was 70 years after Israel gained its independence that it started the end of times. And then there was a blood moon over Israel in 2018, which is exactly 70 years after 1948 is when Israel gained its independence. That blood moon over Israel is a sign to us saying, okay, it's the end of times, here we go. And I want all the people that doesn't believe in God, like, this is real, God is real, guys, Jesus is real, all this is real. This is your last chance to make it right. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have faith, pray to God to give you faith. You know what I'm saying? I was reading earlier, I was sharing with you guys about when the aliens attacked me and split my body in two. They tried to suck my soul out of my head. It was very painful, guys. I cried out to Jesus in my backyard. I was in a tent, and I was sleeping outside the night I got attacked. And I cried out to God, and I said, God, I said, Jesus, please. I said, please save me. I said, I don't want to die. I'm going to die. I feel it. I'm in so much pain. They've hurt me and tormented me for so long. You know what I'm saying? And I was crying, and it was physically painful. I don't know how many trips I took to the ER, following that. I don't know how many people in the histories had their bodies split into on the inside. Like, I wasn't bleeding internally, but it was just that you could feel the pain like that. That's... Anyways, what I was sharing with you guys is they said in 2815 the Star of Bethlehem would appear, which I hadn't read up about that, but I was telling all my friends and telling Israel to pray for the Star of Bethlehem to return, because when the Star of Bethlehem returns, it means Jesus Christ is going to return soon. And I just found out that the Star of Bethlehem appeared in 2015. And I wanted to say that whenever I cried out to Jesus and I put a Saturn and Jupiter ring in my head, I know without a shadow of a doubt, Jesus Christ gave me that knowledge to put that Saturn and Jupiter ring in my head. Because they said that the Saturn and Jupiter, I said in my earlier video, conjoined 3 times before Jesus' birth. They believe that the Saturn and Jupiter conjunction had to do with the Star of Bethlehem. Okay? Now, we don't worship astrology or nothing like that. But God does show us signs in the heavens, which the constellations are part of the heavens, right? So, we go to God for guidance, I don't believe astrology every day. It predicts what's going to happen in your life. I don't believe that. But there's been signs and events. I will share this with you guys. I went outside and I wanted to watch meteorites. I never got to see them my whole entire life. And I was like, I really want to see them. And it was Haileys Comet that night. And I have been waiting for it. And I know that they said that Haileys Comet only comes around once every 70 years, so you can only see it like once in your lifetime. And I was sitting outside, and I had sat out there for about an hour, and I didn't see anything, and I was like, wow, this sucks. Please, God. I was like, God, please show me one. I want to see it. And listen at this, guys. This is so amazing. I went outside, and like my head, all of a sudden, like I was thinking, because there was the war going on, with Palestine, of course, I was like, I was thinking deploying Israel's defense team. Right when my mind said deploying Israel's defense team, guess what happened, guys? A huge Haileys Comet it was like, it shot right over my head, guys, and it was lower. It was pretty low. And it was like, it looked to me like it was 2 or 3 feet wide. That's how close it was to my head. And then I looked up in Israel's history. When Haileys Comet comes, it has a lot to do with what did it say? Israel and war and things. It foretells of war. So I think that's pretty interesting, and just to know that Jesus is coming back for us soon, during the rapture, and we're gonna get to go to a place where God's gonna wipe away all of our tears, where we're not gonna suffer anymore, and it's gonna be amazing. And I want everybody to find Jesus and get to know Him, because I want everybody to be able to go. I want us all to go back to that happy place where there's no more pain, no more tears, where we'll be with our families, where we'll be happy, I imagine, we'll be with God. That's the most important thing. Not our families, but we'll see Jesus, we'll see God. And like, I had this vision that Jesus was like coming down over Israel in like a throne. Like, it kind of came to my mind, kind of like a movie. I saw Jesus coming down over the top of Israel on a throne, and he looked like light. Like, he looked like Jesus, but he was like this bright light. And it was just so beautiful. And you know what I'm saying? So I got this idea that it would be so beautiful if, like, Israel, the country, made a hologram statue, like, made out of light, and put it like way up in the sky over Israel, to be like, we're celebrating Jesus coming back, so we made this statue, like, and make it light, illuminating like a hologram, like have it up in the middle of like Jerusalem, going up in the sky, and like people from airplanes could see it coming in and stuff. Like, I think that would be so amazing. Like, I wish, like, I worked in Israel and, like, I worked for the government, and we could, like, spend money and, like, make that and be like, this is a celebrating Jesus' return. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't wait. I can't wait till he comes back, because especially after how I got attacked and I suffered a lot, and I was persecuted and persecuted and persecuted by the devil himself. They had, people stealing everything around me. Like, the devil was having everybody around me steal, and then he would sit in my head and be like, I made that person steal that from you. I was homeless for a little while, and they were stealing my clothes, they were stealing my shoes, they kept stealing my phones. And I'm one of the persons, I don't believe in fighting. I don't like violence. I don't like, I don't like war. I want peace. You know what I'm saying? I pray for peace. That's what I pray for. But really, I just want to pray, and I'm going to be praying that everybody finds Jesus. And anybody, like I said, listening, please look up at the sky at night, because I don't believe that they are fallen angels, the UFOs. I believe that is just the alien invasion Jesus foretold of. If anybody has the knowledge, please share. And guys, after you look up at the sky and you notice these things, comment and be like, yeah, hey, I went outside and I noticed it. You're right, and I live in such and such part of the world, because I would like to see, like, where all in the earth is people seeing these alien type lights. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I don't know what the red triangles meant. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, does this mean the coming of the Antichrist, maybe? The devil said he liked triangles. There's a lot of things like the Devil's Triangle, the Bermuda Triangle. I will say this, guys, while the fallen angels were attacking me, they called my phone, my cell phone. It has no long distance service whatsoever, right? And my phone called Mexico. Then there was a phone call to Russia. Then there was a phone call to Israel in my call log. I didn't make the calls myself. So I knew a long time ago that fallen angels could interfere with our technology. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so knowing that, and I've seen them turn lights off before in bedrooms and stuff that I was in. They could turn lights off. I assumed that was them turning the lights off. And in the movies, when you see hauntings, you see lights going off all the time, right? So, I don't know. I want to share this information with people. Go out and look at the sky, and maybe you're not a believer, but when you see that in the sky, notice it wasn't there before. Maybe it'll lead you into picking up the Bible and going to church. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to get as many people as we can and reconcile back to God. You know what I'm saying? That's what Jesus did. He reconciled people back to God. We all need to work together. Because, we're all like lost sheep, essentially. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful that God shared with me all these events you know, that the end of times would happen in my life, that Jerusalem would be named the capital of Israel. You know, I knew that there would be famine. You know, there's going to be a lot of economical problems going on, people starving, people stealing for food and clothes. I mean, you know, and I predicted, you know, that the next few years we're going to see a huge escalation of crime because these fallen angels are going in people's heads, especially like us that do drugs. I think that they feel like, you know, first of all, we open up a doorway because we're putting sorcery in our body. It's essentially like witchcraft, you know what I'm saying? These toxins, they open up, you know. It's pretty bad when you smoke meth and you blow demons out. And you can physically see them and you can take pictures. That's, you know that's the devil right there. People that doesn't do drugs, I want you to know that, I know you've heard of people that do meth or drugs, seeing shadow people, seeing demons. It's real. It's the real, they're real. It's not that they're hallucinating and they're just seeing stuff because they're crazy. No. They opened up a doorway and they're letting these things have a legal right to be in their life. Also, you know, about the 1/3 of sea creatures dying, they said that 1/3 of humanity was supposed to die. So I was watching this video about drugs the other day, and this guy's like, I think that the drugs is the horse on the apocalypse horse that says death. And I'm thinking about this, guys, and I just realized I wish the United States kept up with a log on how many people, you know how like when you're driving down the road, the car, you'll see like a sign saying, oh, you know, look at that, 936 people died in a car wreck this year. And counting, okay? How come we don't have one keeping up with the people that's died on overdoses and drugs? I would like to know in the state of Missouri how many people lost their life to drugs last year. Why is the government not keeping up with this? Why is these people's deaths not being, you know, if they died on, we need to hear, I mean, to help other people be like, oh, wow, this is serious. It's kind of like the government, to me, is like keeping it kind of covered up. Like, they don't want people to know how many people's dying. But I think that maybe the drugs is the killing 1/3 of humanity. Maybe that is the 1/3 of humanity that's dying, is the drugs overdoses in America and all over the world that people are on drugs. I saw in Africa people were on drugs, drinking cough syrup, codeine cough syrup, like crazy. You know, that's Africa, guys. It's not just America that we have a drug problem. It's Africa too. It's all over the world. You know, I think Israel has the lowest drug problem, and I mean, and I plan on going to Israel. Like, I pray about it, that I'm going to get there. I just need to buckle down and really save money, you know, to get my plane ticket to go. I believe a sign that Jesus is coming back as well is the Sea of Galilee is drying up. And I think that Jesus, he said that he was going to give us, what was it he said, guys? He said he was going to give us a drink where we wouldn't thirst anymore, where we wouldn't need water anymore. We was going to have a drink of eternal life. I believe that it's drying up. It's a sign that we ain't going to need water no more. And they said that the New Jerusalem, the heaven being built over Israel, that, you know, it says that that all the water is going to be gone. You know what I'm saying? And the Sea of Galilee's drying up, guys. And imagine, they said that all the water will be gone. So that's a sign to me right there. You know, I always pay attention to signs around me. My whole life since I was a little girl, I was able to associate events and signs and events and signs. I just thought I would share that. Yeah, I think the Sea of Galilee drying up is a sign that Jesus is coming back and he's giving us our drink, our eternal life, and we're not going to have to worry about drinking the water of this world anymore because we won't need it anymore. You know, and that's beautiful. But anyways, I know I've uploaded quite a bit of videos today. I just felt like I had a lot of things I wanted to share, and sometimes I don't think about them all when I'm shooting one video. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm just thankful. Like, I know that Saturn and Jupiter ring that that I was given came from Jesus Christ, especially when they say that Saturn and Jupiter was most likely, the conjunction had something to do with the Star of Bethlehem. I don't know, But the thing is, it wasn't conjuncted in 2015 when they said that they saw a Star of Bethlehem in Israel. But anyways, okay, God bless you all. Everybody needs to pray, and we need to get as many people. Try to go out, go out and fish for people like Jesus said, everybody. All the Christians that hear this, go out and fish, you know what I'm saying? Go out and pray for people, and, just have faith, that we'll all be going home soon. Okay, God bless you.